Hello, welcome to today's video. We are in the Hanon book. This is exercise number 46 called the trill, and this is for all 5 fingers. Practice the first 6 measures until they can be executed in quite a rapid tempo. Then practice the rest of the trill. Where the fingering is changed, be careful that not the slightest unevenness is apparent. And that means when the fingerings do change with this exercise, we shouldn't hear any kind of change in the tempo or of the dynamic or any kind of hesitation within the fingering changes. Let's go ahead and play the first 6 measures as was recommended at the beginning. So we're going to start here at octaves 2 and 3 of the piano, and this is going to be for both hands. Fingers 5 and 4 will start out for the left, and 1 and 2 for the right hand. And essentially what we are doing is we're going to be playing C, D, C, D, over, back and forth. We're going to do 4 sets of 4 for 1 and 2 and 5 and 4. Let's go ahead and observe that. After playing 4 sets of those 2 notes with the 2 fingerings, you will change to E and D. So after C, D for the last 2, you will go from E, D with the next fingers, which is 2 and 3 for the right hand and 3 and 4 for the left hand. So let's go ahead and observe that change once again. That once you complete that first measure seamlessly, you will go on to the next 2. Instead of going down, up, you'll go up, down. And once we complete that measure, we will continue with E, F. Okay? E, F with 2, 3 and 2, and 3 and 4 for the right hand. So that's that third measure there. After completing the last F, fingers 5 and 4 will continue on G and F, and then 1 and 2 for also G and F. Once you complete that measure, you're going to go back down, and you're just going to go backwards. E, F. It is very essential that you keep your fingers in C position throughout the first 6 measures and keep them as curved and curved fingers and fingertips on the keys as much as possible. I like to, especially with the slower tempos, add a little bit of a wrist rotation to assist. And the faster the tempo will become, that rotation will eventually go away, and you'll simply be playing only with the fingerings, or with the fingers. Let's go ahead and observe all 6 measures, and we're going to be using the metronome. Now we have our metronome at 60 beats per minute. Let's go ahead and play these 16th notes with this tempo. Try to keep it as even as possible. And let's go ahead also and strive for a forte to fortissimo dynamic. The heavier the keys play, I believe the better the strength training with these individual fingers. So keeping them even, 1 E and 2 E and ready, go. that is the first 6 measures of number 46, the trill. Going on into the rest of the exercise will bring us towards the upper octaves on the piano, and we will be practicing going from one set of fingers to the other. Let's go ahead and observe how this is to be played. And we're going to go ahead and turn on the metronome and play the rest of this exercise. 1, 2, starting here, and go. It's the same 6 measures again. Whoa, what happened there? Well, when we got to that third system, first measure, usually it was simply staying with G, F on 5 and 4 and 1 and 2, but we only did that for about 2 sets of 16th notes. Once we finished the first 2 sets, we switched our fingerings from 5 to 1, 5 to 4 to 1, and then 1 to 2 to 5 and 4. So we did a very, very quick switch. So let's observe that. 5, 1, or 1, 5. So we do that. So right here, we are on 5 and 1, and then we squeeze the hand together from G, bring down 5 and 1 on F. And that brings us to a new hand position. And we're simply going to start over again with the fingering sets. And every time we come up to 5 and 1, we just keep moving to the new hand sets until we go all the way up to the top of the keyboard and then just go in reverse. Let's go ahead and observe that with the metronome. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. From this octave here, which is octave 5 and 6, then we will commence with the descent back down to the regular octaves of 2 and 3. And so we're completing a full set of 5 and 4 and 1 and 2, and then on the next page, we continue down with F and E. good. You may have noticed that I was a little uneven on the descent from the hand changes. 5 to 4, 1 to 2, coming from here to here. Usually when we practice this exercise, we begin to understand that each finger should have equal opportunity to be strengthened. The middle fingers on the hand will get the most strength training because they have 4 sets. But when we do the hand changes and the switches, we only give partial training to 5 and 4, 1 and 2, and the other ones. So sometimes I like to extend the changes there on the top. For example, let's say we do a hand change here, and that's going to be octave 3 and 4. So notice that when we do the 5 and 4, 1 and 2 on A and B like this, after I complete 4 sets, then I will do the change and do 4 sets for this one, giving that equal opportunity. That's just a little variation we can try. Watch my demonstration once again. Trying to be as seamless in the transition as possible. You can do that to give it equal opportunity for strength training, or you can simply observe or read as is written by Hanon. Okay, so that's pretty much the entire exercise, number 46, the trill in our Hanon book. There is a little small section here called the Mozart trill exercise, also the Thalberg's trill, where we'll observe those two in another video. All right, well, we'll see you next time. Bye.